All right, a little bit about college age, Zone E. Who are the Zone E people here today? Your oldest kid is in roughly college age? Well, there are some tremendous dilemmas. One is when it dawns on you, your work is just about over. The amount of influence that you will now have over their daily lives, you're not going to be adding much new input. You wish you could, but it won't happen. Your work is mostly done, and they now have broadened out their sources of influence, and you got to let them go. And now they're going to give you a report card on what they've learned. And man, is that scary or what? Oh man. It's bad enough to send your kids off to, say, a church-run college, like MLC or WLC. That's a big stretch because there's a million temptations. But the majority of you are not. Your kids are going to be going to secular colleges or universities or into maybe in the military, and letting them go is really, really hard because you're so scared. But trust yourself. Believe in yourself. All of that energy, love, prayer, discipling that you invested in them was for a reason. It was not to keep them under your control your whole life, but your whole mission for them was to lift them up to this point where now you've given them their roots and now you want to see them flap their wings. So lift them up and say, fly, fly bird, go, make us proud. And essentially, you are becoming God at that moment, which is how He treats us. He could control you like a puppet, but He doesn't. He takes the risk and gives you the capability of sinning so that you can choose not to. He gives you the ability to hate so that you can love instead. And now you're giving your kids the opportunity to choose and stay engaged. Clap and cheer for them like crazy when they make good choices and hang out with good people. And speak up when you think they're making bad choices. The key thing for me is by the time they get to about 17, I heard my vocabulary changing, and I began to speak to them as men and women, and I used that. I said, you're a man now, even when they weren't acting like a man. And let them aspire up instead of ridiculing them for when they acted like children. If I call my 19-year-old a child, then he will live down to my expectation. It's like when your wife is angry with you and treats you like a child, you want to live down to her estimation, right? Oh, you want to see some childish behavior? Watch this. Because we respond to other people's mental architecture of the conversation. My dad always used to say to my mother, such a comment for an intelligent woman to make. There was a little edge to that. But the point is, talk up to your children, not down. And especially by the time they're in college, your males, they're men now. Use the man word. Because see, it's a strength thing. Every kid, every boy wants to be strong. Every boy's been bullied and humiliated in one way or another. And even when you get to be a man, there's so many ways to be made to feel like a child. Your boss can treat you like a child and jerk you around and make you feel weak and humiliate you all over again. Girls you're dating can humiliate you and make you feel like a weak loser. When my boys are mocking each other, like John would say to Sam, Sam, that's weak. That's like the ultimate insult. It's like when girls rip on each other, they rip on each other primarily in how they look. Oh, where did she get her clothes? Goodwill, they're cruel, and they rip on each other like that. So talk to him like a man, and even though you want to tell him what to do, lay out his choices and talk to him how men respond to situations like this. Talk to your 18-year-old daughter with a woman word and say, you're a woman now. And you're going to live in the adult world with us. And here's how a Christian woman would respond to these situations.